Chapter 1. Why this book was written for us. Most of us, said the cosmic humorist, go through life not knowing what we want, but feeling damned sure this isn't it. Over 99% of the people in the Western world live on lower consciousness levels characterized by trying to find enough security, sex, groovy sensations, ego rushes, prestige, money, power, and status. This endless struggle yields lives of constant resentment, worry, suspicion, anger, jealousy, shyness, and fear. Everything people tell themselves they must do to be happy ends up yielding more frustration than joy. The more successful a person is in making money, collecting skills and possessions, developing exciting sexual relationships, acquiring knowledge and degrees, and achieving positions of status, power, and prestige, the less loving, peaceful, and contented he may find himself or herself. And yet it is not these things in and of themselves that create an unhappy life. It is the internal mental addiction or desire for them that minute by minute keeps one from enjoying life. Addictions, or emotion-backed demands, bring fear of non-fulfillment, jealousy that someone may steal our source of fulfillment, anger when someone thwarts us, cynicism if constantly undersupplied, paranoia if constantly threatened, boredom if we're making no progress towards satisfying our addictions, worry if we can't see a steady supply, anxiety if we're worried about being worried, and unhappiness when the outside world does not supply us with whatever it is we are addicted to. Since the nature of life is such that we win some and lose some, an addicted person has no chance of living a happy, loving, peaceful, conscious, wise, and effective life. And the addictive programming is not necessary to find and enjoy that which we prefer in life. You are ready for growth into the happiness of higher consciousness when you realize the utter futility of trying to live a beautiful life by your efforts to rearrange or change the world of people and things outside of you to fit your addictions and desires. You will find you have only to rearrange your own personal, automatically programmed responses to life situations, most of which are childhood hang-ups. As you work toward higher levels of consciousness, you will find that you have always had enough to be happy. It is the patterns in your head that make you unhappy, although you usually blame the people and conditions outside you for your unhappiness. Your journey into higher consciousness can enable you to be loving, peaceful, wise, and free of a constant barrage of unpleasant emotional feelings. Living love offers you 4 advantages in your adventure into higher consciousness. 1. For many people, it can be one of the most powerful and rapid ways for growth into higher consciousness that has ever been available to mankind. It does not require you to detach yourself from your present life. Living love can be used most effectively if you stay with your present business, personal life, and other conditions until you have grown to a high enough state of consciousness to be fully perceptive of the arbitrary mores, folkways, and social roles you are guarding and living out. Once you thoroughly understand the system, it is not essential to have a teacher for continuing your growth. Your life will be your best teacher, for you will discover that you are always putting yourself into learning situations that are ideal for your growth. The programming that you most need to change has an unerring way of putting you into life situations that can make you aware of the exact inner work you should be doing. When you use the living love way to find the love, inner peace, wisdom, and effectiveness of higher consciousness, your inner work on yourself immediately adds to your enjoyment of life. With the living love way, happiness is not a distant goal. It is an ever-growing part of your here and now. Think of the energy you now put into the up and down, hour by hour coping with your feelings, while you continually try to rearrange the people and situations in your life so that you can then be loving, serene, effective, and happy. And yet, year by year, your quest for happiness is as elusive as finding the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Since almost everyone around you seems to be having similar trouble in becoming a happy, loving being, you may have lowered your standards and decided that continuous happiness is probably not realistic. The Living Love Way invites you to set the highest imaginable standards of love, serenity, peace, wisdom, effectiveness, and continuous happiness for your life. And then you are ready to begin your journey into higher consciousness.